Through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit and deep encounters with God, Bishop Okudili and Pastor Ifoma Eze have written and published over 70 live transforming books. Succeeding in Marriage After the Wedding, Treasures in a Trash, All You Need to Succeed in Marriage, Preparing for Your Season of Demand, Building a Marriage That Will Stand the Test of Time, and many more. If you're in Nigeria, you can get these at Zion Heritage and Miracle Ministries branches. For further inquiries, call 0809-178-7299 or 0805-716-1060. Remain lifted for life.
Everyone, and welcome again to Checkpoint. I'm glad you've been enjoying those videos, and I'm really excited. All right, so thank you so much for all that you do for us at Checkpoint. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your comments, thank you for your shares, and thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Because of you, we are reaching a wider audience, and for this we are indeed very grateful. Thank you for everything you do for us at Checkpoint, and we are so glad that you are here for us. All right, today is another day. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be power-packed. I'd like you to just sit tight and make sure you invite your friends. Let every one of them know that Checkpoint is about to begin, or we have already started, and then let them know that they can watch this video right now and they can participate live. So I'll be back after the break as I give you the interesting topic that we have for you today. Don't miss out. All right. All right, welcome back. I hope you have invited your friends already. I hope you have told them that we are here live and direct in Checkpoint. So please, today is going to be very interesting. I want you to sit back and relax. Today's topic is one that is very essential. Today's topic is interesting too, and I'm about to say it in 1, 2, 3. Today's topic is what every son should know. I know you must have guessed that this was the next topic coming. I promised in the last broadcast that I was going to do a sequel for the topic what every daughter should know. So today we are going to be looking at what every son should know. What every son should know. Is it not surprising that in our generation, or not just in our generation, previous generations before ours, they have always emphasized on what the female should know, what the daughter should know, on the trainings of the daughter, the things that the daughter should know, the things that every female born to every family should do in order to become better, in order to become a wife and other things, but very few things are really said to the male child. All right, so the male child grows with a lot of entitlement spirit. The male child grows because he feels, oh, he has to be the boss, he has to be the head, and a lot of things and that really do go wrong. And then at the end of the day, we have a lot of wrongly trained sons who now become husbands to well-trained wives, and these wives are really not rehabilitation centers. So because of that, we see a discrepancy between the way the boys are raised from the way the girls are raised. And I want to tell everyone, our society will only be better if the boys are raised as good as the girls, if the girls are raised as good as the boys. So this is very key if we must understand how to raise our sons and how to raise our daughters. But today my focus is entirely on the male child. So if you're here and you're watching, please don't tune out, all right? So you might say, I'm not a son, but you are the sister of a son, you are the mother of a son, you are the father of a son, you are even the friend of another son. So please relax and learn as much as you can so that you can help advise your brother, advise that friend of yours, advise your son, or advise even any male folk around you, all right? So today we'll be looking at what every son should know, what every son should know. It's also fortunate that some sons did not have the privilege of really getting to hear from their parents, really getting to be trained by their father or by their mother, and because of that, a lot of things turned out in their life. So while I genuinely understand that there are some people who are genuinely making mistakes because they don't have anyone, they didn't have anyone who could have told them the truth, who could have advised them along this line, there are some others who have parents who didn't have a clue what to equally do. So here today, we're going to be solving all of that problem by sharing with you what every son should know. Are you ready? Let me know in the chat room if you're ready. Let me know in the comment section if you are ready. All right, let's go. Number one thing every son should know is that it is okay to be emotional. Let me say that again. It is okay to be emotional. Can you type it in the comment section so I get to know you are listening to me and you are hearing me loud and clear? Yes, it is okay to be emotional. Yes, very, very important. We have had a long tradition of shutting the male down. You cannot cry. No, you cannot feel sad. No, you cannot. Even if you're happy, you cannot show it. You have to be strong. You have to be this. But we have ended up raising a generation of men who do not have enough sufficient empathy. They don't have empathy for people. They don't feel compassion for the people they should feel compassion for. They are not raising their children in the way that they should raise. Understanding that we all human beings are emotional beings. We all have emotions. It's just that the difference is that some people show their emotions much more than others do show their emotions. But it is required in this age and in this time that we show a high level of emotional intelligence. And when we talk about emotional intelligence, we simply mean you being aware of your emotions, you recognizing and understanding your emotions, and equally knowing how your emotions affect other people around you, and equally tuning into the emotions of others in order to find out how they are feeling and then know how to have good relationships with them. So that is what emotional intelligence is basically about. And then if we must be highly emotionally intelligent individuals in this time and in this age, we should know when that there are times for emotions, all right? The Bible said that even Jesus wept. So if Jesus wept in John 11:35 and everybody around was able to see him weep, and then it could even be documented and people agreed, well, we saw him weep. Who are you not to weep? So that is something that we all have to understand. Who are you not to weep? So it is okay to be emotional. It is okay to be too happy. It is okay to be happy and dance as a man. It is equally okay to be sad and cry as a man. And then we should stop telling our children, oh, don't cry, don't cry. You can't cry. Why are you crying like a girl? In the last video, I said it very loud and clear. Let us stop let us stop attributing limiting attitudes to females. No, we should stop that. All of us are guilty of it, all right? All of us are guilty of it at one point or the other, but we should stop that. You are crying like a human being, not just like a female, all right? So we should let our sons know that it is okay for them to cry. So son, if you're listening to me and you are watching this video right now, I want you to know that it is okay for you to be emotional. It is okay for you to laugh, dance, jump, shout, and be happy. It is equally okay for you to feel sad and weep. But what I have to tell you about feeling sad especially is that when you are feeling sad, recognize the reason for which you are feeling sad. Recognize the why you are feeling sad. And then, after you have recognized it, take care of it and then get out of that sorry state. All right, you cannot sit back there and then begin to wish for pity party because they said, oh, mama said that it is okay for you to be sad, so I'm going to be here, I'm going to be sad for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. No, it is not your fault that you are sad, but it's your fault if you remain sad. Let me say that again. It is not your fault that you are sad, but it will be your fault if you remain sad. It is not your fault that you are crying, but it will be your fault if you continue to cry. So when you feel sad, when you feel unhappy, cry. Let those emotions out. Don't bottle them in and allow them to destroy who you are on your inside. So cry, laugh, jump, but make sure that when it comes to the negative emotions, you get out of there as soon as you can. All right, hope you got that. Yeah, so let's look at number 2 thing that every son should know. Remember, my topic today is what every son should know. So number 2 thing every son should know is that no menial tax is beneath him. No menial tax is beneath you. My son, another person's son, somebody's son, listen today. No menial tax is beneath you. Don't say, oh, I am too big to shine those shoes. Oh, I am too big to sweep that room. Oh, I am too big to clean that car. Oh, I am too sophisticated, bright, intelligent, smart to do that menial task. Don't ever come to the point where you tell yourself that there is a menial task that is beneath you. You can do everything. You can do, no matter how menial that task is, you can do it. I've seen mothers who raise sons, and then as they're raising their sons alongside their girls, they say, oh, girls, go to the kitchen. The kitchen is meant for the girls, all right? So girls were born for the kitchen, and the kitchen is the only room where they become relevant. Terrible, terrible, terrible idea. And then they tell the sons, you can sit back and play your video games, you can sit back and watch your television, you can sit back and enjoy yourself, because you are boys, you cannot do menial tasks. That is wrong, entirely wrong. All right, so as the girls are going to the kitchen to cook, to clean, and the boys should equally go to the kitchen to cook, to clean. There is no task that should be that is left for the female, and this other one is left for the males. A boy should know how to cook. I've told my son David, if he doesn't learn how to cook as fast as he can, he claims he can cook a few foods. I know a few foods that he can cook, but I want him to be able to make different Nigerian soups that we make at our home, and he has not been able to learn most of them. He can make a few food like rice, yam, indomie and stuff like that, but I want him to be able to cook, and not just cook food that is sweet, edible, and tasty. All right, so I've told you that if you don't perfect your cooking skills, you will stay back one home before you go to the university. And I'm not joking about that. He knows I'm not joking about that. He's trying, but this is not the best that he could do. I understand there is school work, I understand there is going to school and doing other stuff, but then this is also key and very necessary. I don't want to raise a son that will become a case study for another woman. I don't want to raise a son that will not get married and become a problem to his wife. So it is important that we raise our sons well. Your son should learn how to cook. Your son should learn how to clean. Your son should learn how to take care of things. All right, take care of the siblings. All right, it is pathetic when a man who is a father cannot even put on ordinary pampers on a child. A man who is a father cannot even feed the child, and you have to call the mother. So if the mother of the child is not there, what happens to that child? The child starves to death, or the child gets burnt with the poo or wee in the diapers because you don't know how to clean up. So this is very, very key, and we want to raise more responsible sons in this society. So son, if you are listening to me, if you are watching me right now, no menial task is beneath you. You can do every task as available. So take this down in your mind and tell yourself that this is something that you have got to do. This is something you have got to do. Number 3 thing I like every male to know, I like every son to know. Number 3 thing that every son should know is that you are not superior to the female, and the female is equally not superior to you. I know there's a lot of campaign about the girl child. I know there's a lot of empowerment issues and empowerment programs concerning the women and the girl child. But what I want you to know is this: The girl child is not in any way superior to you, and you are equally not superior to the female. There is no gender that is more important than the other. So you have to understand this. The fact that you are going to be the leader of your home, the fact that you are going to be the father of your home, the fact that you're going to be a husband to a wife does not mean that you have to be a master. Let me say this again. I'm coming down to say so that you can get it loud and clear. The fact that you are going to be a husband, the fact that you're going to be a father, the fact that you're going to be a leader, both spiritual leader and decision-based leader of your home, does not mean that you are just a master. In quotes, you are a leader. There is a difference between being a leader and a master. There's a difference between being a leader and a master. You are not just a master, you are a leader. You walk and others follow you. Others follow your footprint, they follow your attributes, your character, your leadership. They see what you do. You're able to influence them towards a good goal. You're able to influence them towards positivity. You're able to influence your family so that society can be great. So understand this. You are not just a boss, all right, in your home. You're not just a master in your home. You are a leader. And a leader is far much more important than a master. People fear a master. People do things that they don't feel like doing because they just have a master. But when you follow a leader, you follow a leader passionately. You follow a leader willingly. You follow a leader happily. You follow a leader with a lot of enthusiasm because you have seen the footprints of the leader and you want to walk in them. Listen to me, dear sons. You are worth more being a leader than being a master. Let me say it again. You are worth more being a leader than a master. In your marriage, you are the leader. In your marriage, you are the head. And as being the head, headship is a product of authority and responsibility. Dear son, don't brag that you are the head if you are not showing responsibility. I know it is easy for most males, most sons to show authority because they are the head of the home. But while being the head of the home, do well to also be the chief responsibility officer of your home. So headship is a product of authority and responsibility. You cannot just claim the authority part alone, then leave out the responsibility part. So it is very key and essential that you, being the head of your home, that you be the perfect example. That you be, see, when I say perfect example, I'm not saying that you have to be all perfect. We are all working towards perfection. God wants us to be perfect, but in reality, we are not yet perfect. So don't kill yourself or stress yourself out while you're trying to be the perfect example for your family. No, just be the example that your children will be proud to know, all right? Be better than your parents, be better than your grandparents. Try to do better, learn how to do better, research, attend seminars, lectures, whatever it is that can help you. Read books, listen, watch videos like this so that you can become a better father, you can become a better husband, you can become a better head of your home, you can become a better leader of your home. But while you lead and while you become the head, please remember that you are the head of your home, but you are not superior to your wife. Everyone has his own role to play. Let me take for example, when God says that you are the head as a male, what God is saying in essence is that there is need for vision because the eye is in the head. There is need for direction. There is need for instruction because the mouth is in the head. There is need for attention and sensitivity because the ears are a part of the head. So you should be able to know and lead in that direction because you are the head of the home. Now you cannot afford to say, oh, because this video has enlightened me, okay? So now I know that because the eye is in the head, I have to give the vision for my home. Because I know the mouth is in the head, I have to give the decision, make the decision and instruction for my family. Because I know the ear is in the head, I have to be the one to receive instruction and be attentive and be sensitive to what my family is doing. See, I know those responsibilities lie on you, but you cannot say that because all of these responsibilities lie on you, you are the only important thing in your home. No, no, no. Imagine the head, because the head says, I have the eyes, I have the mouth, I have the nose, I have the tongue, I have the ears, and because of that, I am more important than every part of the body. Imagine a head intact without the heart beating. What do you think will happen to the head? The eyes will be shut in death. The mouth will be shut in death. The ears will not be able to hear in as much as they are still open. So you have to create that balance. So while you are the head of your home, remember that your wife is equally part of the body of your home. And if one part of the body stops functioning, the entire body equally stops functioning. So while you are giving direction, while you are giving instruction, while you are giving the leadership and the vision for your home, it's key that you also carry your wife along. So I'm not talking about marriage, but then it is important that I stress on this part that you as a male, you as a son, you are not superior to your sister. You are not superior to the female folk, and the female equally, your sister is equally not superior to you. So this is something we have to take home. All right, so let's talk about number 4. So number 4 thing that every son should know is that you should not allow your erection to give you direction. You should not allow your erection to give you direction. Somebody might say, oh, gross. Listen to me and listen very attentively. Males were created differently from the females, and as males were created, they were created with a higher sex drive than the female counterparts or their sisters within the family. Now, one thing you must know as a male is that the fact that you have a high sex drive means that this is how God created you. All right, so the fact that you have a high sex drive tells you that this is how God created you. But God does not want you to go around sleeping like a dog or an animal on the streets and everywhere and having children in several states of the country. That's not what God wants you to do. So God does not want you to have one child in Abia State, one in Ebonyi State, one in Adamawa State, one in Lokoja, one in Ogun State. That's not God's plan for you. God wants you to be responsible with your erection. Everything He has given to us, He has given to us as a gift for a time. All right, so the fact that you have that gift for a time does not mean that you should use it now. So there is a context for every gift that God has given to us. And in the same way, God has given you that gift of being able to have erections, and He gave it to you so that it can be useful to you in the context of marriage. Now, every gift is for a season. Every gift is for a time. Even the Bible tells us that there is a time for everything. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to laugh, a time to smile, a time to cry. So there is a time for everything. If you see newborn babies when they were giving birth to, as soon as they're giving birth to, they have hands, don't they? But those hands cannot grab a thing. They have legs, don't they? But those legs cannot run. So you see, God gives us gifts, but He gives it to us in a particular time and season. My sons are teenage boys, and in as much as they are teenage boys, I cannot give them any of our cars to drive at this level of their teenagehood. Maybe by the time they get to 17, close to 18, they can start to drive. But the truth of the matter is this: at this stage, they cannot drive our cars. So these cars are theirs inherently. These cars are theirs by inheritance, but they cannot have access to it at this moment. So what is the disposition? The disposition is to be patient and wait for that time when it will be theirs to drive. Wait for that time when it will be theirs to drive and to use. So we have to know this, that every male, every son has erection. By the time you enter into puberty, by the time you begin to see your body develop, well, all of that erection is for a time. So don't allow it to give it direction. Know that you can control yourself. Somebody said, oh, my sex drive is too high, I cannot control it. If I see a female, I must sleep with her. My question is this: assuming that you have just removed your clothes and you're about to sleep with her, and she tells you that she has HIV/AIDS, would you still feel like sleeping with her? So that is how I know that you can control all of those emotions. You are not out of control. You have ability to control yourself. You have ability to be in charge of the things that you do. So you can decide how to carry yourself. You can decide what to do and what not to do. You cannot let yourself loose, all right? You cannot allow your emotions to hijack you. You have erections, and you cannot allow those erections to give you direction in life. So learn to follow your head, not your erection. Learn to follow your head, not your erection. Don't allow your erection to give you direction. You have a glorious future ahead of you. You have a beautiful and a bright future ahead of you, and that is why you can't afford to keep sleeping sleeping with every lady, because in the long run, you will come to a point where you tell yourself, this is not what you want for your life. And moreover, there are diseases to contact, there are hearts to break, there are terrible legacies to leave, and then there are children that you do not plan to parent that are being born on earth. And fifthly, you are offending God, offending society, losing your life, and then you are contacting evil spirits that these people are carrying around. By having contact with them, by having sexual contact with them, you are contacting spirits that will destroy your life. You are contacting demons that will follow you for the rest of your life. So this is not what you want. So if you don't want it, learn not to allow your erection to give you direction. So don't say, oh, I am having a very strong erection, and when I see this lady, my erection increases. See, your love for a lady should not be dependent on how much erection you have, because the truth of the matter is that erection will come and go. As long as you are a male child and you are healthy, erection is the normal process of your everyday life. Just like you get hungry and you eat, that's how you get erection. But this time around, because you are unmarried, because you're still young, you get erection and you suppress it, you subdue it, because you're waiting for a particular time. You don't have to use it like you use your tummy when you are hungry for food. So this is what every son should know. All right, now that you have gotten that, let's go to number 5. Number 5 thing I want every son to know is that the internet never forgets. The internet does not forget. So remember this, son. The next time you pick up your phone to type that post, the next time you pick up your phone to post that picture, the next time you pick up your phone to make that live video, the next time you pick up your phone to record that thing in your phone, to snap yourself naked in the phone, please remember that the internet never forgets. Because one thing is sure, you might have posted that, and then by the time you come to your real senses and decide to delete it, somebody may have copied that video, somebody may have copied that picture and might have sent it to somebody else, or might have copied it on that phone. Your secret is no longer safe. So remember, son, that the internet never forgets. In this time and in this era, when every child is with the phone, in this time and in this era, when every son, every grown-up, every young adult is with their phone, always pressing, always trying to figure out what people are saying, always trying to post and then feel relevant, always joining different challenges like the silhouettes challenge that was just that went random recently. You must not join every challenge on the internet. Let me say this again. Let me reiterate this again. You must not join every challenge on the internet. You must not join every trend going on. All right? You will still be a complete human being with eyes, legs, nose, hands, all right, heart beating. If you don't join that trend, you must not join that trend. You must not be a part of what they are doing. All right, so you don't need to be don't need to join that trend to be relevant. You don't need to say the words others are saying to be relevant. Learn to be different. Learn to stand out different and become who God wants you to be. So the internet never forgets. The next time you begin to just say terrible things against your government, the next time you begin to say terrible things against your friends and people around you, and even against yourself, please remember that the internet never forgets. So don't post that video. Don't post yourself. Why on earth would you even snap yourself naked and post to someone else? Ladies especially, why would you do this? Daughters everywhere, why would you do this? I know I am talking to the sons, but as I speak to the sons, I also speak to the daughters. Remember, the internet never forgets. So don't snap pictures of yourself that you don't want anybody to see. Things that should have been made secret should be made secret. Things that are private should be private for you. You don't have to do everything. So remember that the internet never forgets. The next time you pick up your phone and you want to type and post that, ask yourself, would I be proud of this later in life? If I become responsible, if I eventually become the president of the nation, if I eventually become a leader, would I want people following me to see this? Would I want my children to see this aspect of me? And after asking yourself that question and you have successfully answered it, now that will be the time for you to say, oh, I should post this or I should not go ahead and post this. I hope this point really touched you. All right, so let me know in the comment section if you are being blessed by any of the 5 points I have already shared. And remember, I said that even if you're not a son, you are the sister of a son, you are the mother of a son, you are a friend of a son. So please go, you are even a father of a son. So go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and comment in the section and let me know that it is speaking to you. All right, so number 6, let's talk about number 6. Number 16, I want every son to know is that if you have 5 bad friends, you are the 6th bad friend. Let me say that again. If you have 5 bad friends, you are the 6th bad guy. Yeah. If you have 5 bad friends, you are the 6th bad guy. The company you keep is a reflection of the personality that you have. The company you keep is a reflection of the association of your life. And whoever you associate determine how much you accelerate in life. You have to watch your associations carefully. It is commonly said that birds of like feather flock together. The Bible even said that he that companies with the wise shall be wise, and he who is a companion of fools shall be destroyed. So, if you want to be a good person, flock around with good people. If you want to be a bad person, then flock around with the bad people. You cannot say I am good and then all your friends are bad. No, you cannot say I am a nice person, I am a very studious lover of God, and then all your friends hate God. You cannot do that. So, if you have 5 bad friends, you are the 6th bad guy. I said it. I said it. What else can you do? Because I've told you the truth. So, evaluate your friendship. Evaluate your relationship. Ask yourself, amongst this kind of friends, how do I think I'm different? I'm the same thing with them. How would you have friends that are sitting around the table, all of them are smoking, all of them are drinking, all of them are taking drugs, and then you say, oh no, I'm just taking some soft drinks here, I'm just taking some water and some soft drinks, I'm not like them. You are absolutely like them. In fact, you are not like them, you are them. You are not just like them, you are them. So next time you find yourself in the midst of terrible friends, in the midst of bad friends, you, my dear, are the 6th bad person. So if you say, oh, my friends are jerks, you are the 6th jerk, all right? So please watch your association. That's all I'm trying to say. Watch your association. There are associations you keep today that you will be proud of tomorrow. There are associations that when you keep today, they will destroy you forever. They will destroy your life. They will kill you. Bad friends are terrible. Many people, many young people have died because of the wrong friends, even adults too. So I'm not just talking to just young people. Many adults have equally died because of the bad friends that they kept. Be careful. How many of you remember Julius Caesar? The mighty Julius Caesar and all his conquests and all his legacies. The stab that killed him, the stab that eventually killed him was the stab of his best friend Brutus. Julius Caesar could not believe that even if other enemies, other people who were not close to him could stab him, he could not believe, he could not understand, he could not comprehend. How would Brutus, his own best friend, also join in stabbing him? So Julius Caesar kept fighting. He kept fighting and warding off the knives that were pressing him. He kept fighting as long as he saw those enemies with the knives. He kept fighting. He had the ginger to fight. He had the morale and the enthusiasm to fight. But the moment he saw a knife stab in his chest and he looked up and he said, who? Brutus. The story has it that Julius Caesar said, Brutus, even you, Brutus. Even you, Brutus. And at that moment, he lost every zeal, every momentum required to fight. And when his hands dropped, they all kept stabbing him till they stabbed him to death. Why? Because he did not expect that from his friend. That is why you have to be careful about your choice of friends. The friends you have will influence you positively or they will destroy your destiny. There are people who today, they are not where they ought to be because they had friends with the wrong set of people. Some have been expelled from school because of the wrong friends they had. Some have lost their business because of the wrong friends they had. Some are not doing well in life because of the wrong friends they have. Some have become baby daddies and baby mommies without plan because of the wrong friends that they have. Some could not finish school because of the wrong friends they have. So my question to you today is this: who are your friends? Who are your friends? Because if you are able to figure this out, it will help you greatly in life. Who are your friends? Your friends will either make you or mar you. Who are your friends? Your friends will either build you up or destroy you. Who are your friends? Your friends will either give to you or take everything away from you. Who are your friends? Your friends will either make you shine or make you remain dull for life. Who are your friends? You have to answer this question today. Who are your friends? Your friend is not that one who is shocked and feels envious over your success. Your friend is not that one who looks at you and does not want you to become better. Your friend is not that one who looks at you and wants you to remain small. Your friend is not that one who laughs with you in your face and then gossips with you at the back and backbites you at the back. That is not your friend. You really have to pray to God to help you expose the frenemies of your life. Who are these frenemies? The frenemies are those who act as your friend, but in reality, they are your enemies. So we call them frenemies because they come as friends, but in reality, they are your enemies. They don't want to see you rise up. They don't want to see you get better. They don't want to see you progress in life. They don't want to see you advance in life. They don't want to see you celebrate. And they are frenemies. And I pray today that every frenemy in your life shall be utterly exposed in the name of Jesus. So today, tell yourself, I am going to rise up. I am going to check my friendship. I am going to make sure that I am not as bad. I don't have a company of bad friends. I am equally not as bad as they are. So make up your mind to surround yourself with people you admire, people you want to be like, because ultimately your relationship eventually influences you and makes you who you may not be. All right, so in the negative, it makes you who you may not be. But if you have good people around you and you have the right kind of friendship around you, what it will do for you is that it will make you to brush you up, it will make you better, it will make you to advance more in life and in destiny. So please watch out for who your friends are. All right, so let's talk about number 7. Let's talk about number 7. Thing that every son should know. So number 7 thing I want every son to know is that you don't have to fall for infatuations. Don't fall for infatuations. Don't run into relationships that you don't mean to keep or you don't mean to translate into marriage. I ask people, why are you dating a particular girl when you know that in your heart you are not going to marry her? Why waste her time? Why waste her energy? Why allow her build up fantasies in her head? Because the moment you begin to draw close to a lady, she begins to develop a lot of fantasies in her head. She begins to think and dream about getting married to you, about having babies with you. Meanwhile, you just wanted a fling, and this is not right by any count. So it is important that you don't fall for infatuations. All right, don't allow your emotions equally to give you direction. You know who you want in life, you know what you want in life, you know the kind of wife that you want to marry. Maybe you don't even know, but if you don't know, then don't start a relationship that you're not willing to build to the last. I always tell young people, especially young men, if you know that this lady is not the kind of person you want to settle down with for the rest of your life, don't even start a relationship with her. If you want a proper friendship, let this friend know that, oh, you're going to be my friend, but I don't have any plans for marriage. I don't have any plans for relationship. This is just a friendship relationship. We should come to the point where we begin to define our relationships. Because if you don't define the relationship and every day you're telling a lady, hello, how are you? How are you doing? I just got to check on you. I just got to know how you're doing. By the time you keep checking and knowing how they're doing, they'll begin to develop feelings for you. They'll begin to develop, and all of their dreams and infatuations will just be about you. And you cannot afford to fall for infatuation. Now, son, let me ask you a particular question. Many years ago, you used to like a toy, right? I'm talking to every male. At one point in your life, there was a toy you loved. It could be a toy aeroplane. It could be a toy a car. It could be a toy gun. It could be a toy machine. There is, at one point in your life, probably when you were a child, there was a particular toy you used to like. But now my question to you is this: do you still like that toy? Do you still like that toy? Do you still value that toy? To you, the toy looks like stupidity, right? It looks like foolishness, right? But then there was a time in your life when you would cry your eyes out if you were not given that toy. There was a time in your life when you would cry your eyes out if your mom or dad or bigger sibling did not give you your toy. Now, it does not make sense to you. That is exactly how some relationships you are dabbling into now, some relationships you are going into now will not make sense to you in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, because you have matured, you are more sensible. Those relationships will look like mistakes that you made with the toys. Because at that point in your life, you love your toys. Oh, I have 3 boys. And these 3 boys, they had a whole lot of toys growing up. Now we don't buy toys anymore. They've outgrown toys, so we don't get toys anymore for them. What do we get for them? Real things, practical things, laptops, phones. Those are the kind of gifts that we buy these days because they've outgrown their toys. And now, but listen to me, there was a time in their life when they could not do without a toy. David loved aeroplanes a lot. He loves aeroplanes and then robotic toys. He would always play with them. He always loved to have them. And he really did not like eating while he was a child. So if you threaten him, if you don't eat, I'm going to take your toy, he will be forced to eat that food. Sometimes he will cry and cry and cry because you have not given him his toy back. But today, David will see a toy and he will walk past it because it's no longer valuable for him. It's no longer useful for him. There are relationships that you are dabbling into. There are relationships, the hellos and the highs that you're doing on your phone, on your WhatsApp now that are irrelevant to your destiny. They are not important. You know that these people, you are not going anywhere with them. You are not achieving anything with them. You don't have a long-term dream with them. So why not drop that relationship now? Why not be sincere to yourself and be very strategic about your life? Why not say, oh, this lady, she's not the type I would want in my future. Just let her be. Why deceive her? Why lead her on when you have no plans? Don't lead her on if you know that you don't have any plans for her future. Don't lead her on if you have no plans for her destiny. Don't lead her on if you know that you are not going where she is going to. All right? I want to plead with you. Be sincere with yourself for once. I remember Dominion used to like this particular Spider-Man clothes. This Spider-Man costume, it had a fake muzzles, like foam pads within the costume. All right, so there are foam that were used to pad and create shapes of a muzzle. So the moment he wears on the Spider-Man costume, it has some muzzles by the hand and arms, and then some muzzles by the chest. All right, so he makes him look like a Superman, makes him look like a very strong person. Now, I remember when we were relocating from Abia State to Abuja in 2014 thereabout, Dominion cried his eyes out because as at the time we had flown in the plane, we left behind his Spider-Man costume. He cried for days. He couldn't stop crying because to him that was his favorite clothes. All right, he would call it his favorite clothes. He want to wear it to school. He want to wear it everywhere. But the Dominion of today, just about 6-7 years later, is not the same Dominion. All right, just within 7 years, that cloth is useless to him. Even if you get him a Spider-Man costume now, he will look at it like childishness and like stupidity. Like, what am I going to do with that particular cloth? So you see, that is why you have to make your right choices. That is why you really have to know what to do with your life. Make right choices today. That lady you see, because you are seeing her boobs, you are seeing her curves, you are seeing the way she talks, or how nice she looks, and all of a sudden you think that you love her. Don't fall for infatuation. Boobs and curves and shapes will eventually fade away over time. Take a good look at your mother now and remind yourself that there was a time your mother was a girl. There was a time your mother was all curvy. But how does she look today? I understand you might still have a very sweet, beautiful mother, but then the curves between but the curves that she has now can never be the same curves she had years back before you were born. So you see, you cannot afford to fall for things that are very temporal. When you want to fall in love, make sure that you are falling in love for the very right reasons. For reasons that are not infatuating in nature. For reasons that are not feeble. Reasons that are durable in nature. Things that outlast life itself. Marry because the person has a good character. Marry because the person has a good quality. Also marry because the person is beautiful and well endowed. But that should not be all, alright? So also look at marrying the person because the person has something to contribute, something to bring to the table. Good character, a good head. It is said that two are better than one, but it depends if those two are the two good heads, because two coconut heads, two empty heads will never be better than one good head. So please, when you are young, don't fall for infatuation, don't fall for the things that eyes can see. Look for things that are very, very durable. I think I have overstretched that particular point. Now it's the time to move on. So let's talk about number 8. Number 8 thing I want every son to know, and I hope you have been blessed already, right? You have received a lot of edification and insight from this video. That is what I wish for you. So please, if you are just joining now and you've missed a lot already, so what do? You go back to the beginning and re-listen. All right, start the video afresh and re-listen so that you would get every little point that we have shared here. So number 8 thing that I want every son to know is that when you marry a female, you are not doing her a favor. Let me say that again. When you marry a female, you are not doing her a favor. Okay. So I know this stems from our background, this stems from how we were raised, this stems from how we were trained while growing up, and you got to believe that because you are a male, you are superior, because you are a male, you are important, because you are a male, you are the only necessary thing happening everywhere. All right, your birth was celebrated, your big party was thrown, so you assume that because you are a male and then you are grown up now, and because you are doing well for yourself, that when you marry a female, you are doing her a favor. Son, you are not doing any female a favor by marrying her. Okay, so both of you are doing yourselves a favor, because what you are doing is that you are trying to synergize so that your different energies can join together and produce a life-changing, life-transforming results. So you want to enhance your results, you want to enhance your influence, you want to do better, you want to get better, you want to improve on every side. That is why you are getting married. You are getting married to somebody who can help you to advance further in life. You are getting married to somebody who, together with the person, you'll be able to move forward, increase, advance, get better. That is why you are getting married. All right, you are getting married because you want a family, you want to experience love, you want to have good fellowship within members of your family. There are good reasons, genuine reasons why you're getting married. So one of the reasons why you're married, when you're marrying that lady, is not to do her a favor. As a matter of fact, even the Bible tells us that he who finds a wife finds favor, obtaineth favor from the Lord. So the moment you get a wife, what you have done is that you yourself is the one who found favor. So favor was just busy walking in blouse and skirt, and you found favor. So please, I want to encourage you, don't have that superior mentality that you are better than any female. Don't have that superior mentality that because you are male, you alone is what matters, you alone is the most important person. No, it is not like that. So you are not doing that lady a favor by marrying her. You married her because you yourself want favor and blessings in your life. So that is why you are getting married to that female. So don't allow it to get into your head and then you come to a point whereby, oh, I married you just to make your life better. I married you just to show you favor. I married you just to change your life. You do not marry her to change your life. You marry her so you can change your life. And she is married to you so that she can equally change her life. So that's how it goes. All right? So no gender is superior to the other. Can you say that with me? No gender is superior to the other. One more time, type it in the comment section. Let me see it. No gender is superior to the other. All right, let's talk about number 9 thing I want every son to know. So number 9 thing I want every son to know is that you should not use your size to intimidate anyone, whether male or female. Don't use your size, your power, your authority, your position to intimidate any male or female. It is common for us to see children who are bullies eventually become bullies even in adulthood. So please, I want to ask you genuinely that you should not intimidate anyone, whether it be male or female. Don't intimidate anyone, because it is not the right thing to do. I know you have that position, you worked for it. I know you have that size because you are male and you are bigger and you have muscles, you've been working out in the gym. Don't use it to intimidate anyone, all right? Don't be a bully. There are people who may not have bullied others physically or with their energy or with their muscles, but they are actually bullying others with the way they talk, with the way they speak, with how they behave. So it is very important that you do not become a bully. So don't bully anyone around you. Don't bully anyone in your life. Don't bully anyone by virtue of your position, by virtue of your being the head, by virtue of your being larger in size or capable or even wealthy. So it is not right. And the fact bullying is not a show of strength. Let me say that again. Bullying is not a show of strength. So don't say, oh, because I am strong, because I am powerful, I can bully anybody I want. No, bullying is not a proof of strength. If you really want to show you are a strong person, if you really want to show that you are capable, that you are strong, bullying is not the way to show it. As a matter of fact, if you feel that you are very good with boxing and you can box anyone at any time, go and enroll in a boxing championship, so that by the time you become a boxing champion, we can celebrate you for your boxing. Nobody celebrates a man for boxing a woman. Nobody celebrates a man for boxing another man outside the ring. But if you want to be celebrated for boxing, the right place is for you to go for a boxing championship or for a karate championship. Go there and fight properly with rules, within the boundaries of rules, and then it will be celebrated. But outside there, it cannot be celebrated. Why do we celebrate Anthony Joshua today? So Anthony Joshua is celebrated because he's boxing within the boundaries and within rules of championship and boxing. So that is why he is being celebrated. That is why I want you to know this. Don't keep beating people here and there. Even if a child is the one listening to me today, you gain nothing by being a bully. Bullies are really not happy within themselves. One thing I know about bullies is that they show that external force, they show that external power, but within themselves, they are unhappy. They have very low self-esteem, and even the esteem they have is a false esteem, because it is just based on what they can do to people or the bad thing they can do to people. So that is why you cannot intimidate anyone. And intimidation is not a proof of energy. Intimidation is not a proof of smartness. Intimidation is not a proof of power. Intimidation is not a proof of anything. You don't prove anything by intimidating anyone. You don't prove power. You don't prove strength. You don't prove being smart. You don't prove intelligence by intimidating anybody. So you have to tell yourself, I am male, but I was not born to intimidate. I was born to excel. I was born to do well and do great and become a great man for myself, not to intimidate other people. All right, so I hope you got that well. Yes, you cannot intimidate anyone, whether male or female. You cannot intimidate anyone, whether male or female. All right, so finally on this particular episode of Checkpoint, I'd like to share with you the number 10 thing I want every son to know. So the number 10 thing I want every son to know. I want you to know, son, that there is strength in apologizing and saying, I'm sorry. There is strength in apologizing and saying, I am sorry. Okay, so something happened just yesterday. David was on a WhatsApp group with his teenage friends from church, and they were having a particular teenage meeting. And as the meeting was going on, they were talking about the timing that was suitable for everyone. So he didn't really see the time or understand the time well. He assumed that the 8 p.m. was 8 a.m. and he said, no, this time is not okay because most of us are in school. So I called his attention. I said, this is actually 8 p.m. How on earth is 8 p.m. not okay for you for your teen meeting? I said, wow, was that p.m.? Oh, I assumed it was 8 a.m. I have to chat this person in through inbox privately so that I won't have to come and make a fool of myself. I said, no, son. You don't make a fool of yourself when you say I'm sorry. You never make a fool of yourself when you say I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, the one who is making a fool of himself on a consistent basis is the one who has refused to say, I am sorry. Apologizing and being sorry is a proof of strength, not a proof of weakness, or not a proof of foolishness. I told David, no, come back to the platform. I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't see the time. 8 p.m. is fine by me. That with just that, it is okay. Everybody understands that everybody once in a while makes a mistake. So he listened to me, and when he said it, everybody said, oh, we thought as much. And then the meeting went ahead. I told him, did you feel like a fool right now? He said, no. I said, you see, there is strength in apology. There is strength in saying, I am sorry. In real life, a lot of marriage problems, a lot of relationship problems, a lot of problems between parents and children happen because the child is not able to say, I am sorry. Start teaching your children from when they are very small. Start instructing them from when they are still children that it is important to apologize. It is important to say, I am sorry. And saying I am sorry or apologizing does not make you weak. It does not make you small. It does not make you inferior. One thing I respect a lot about my husband is that irrespective of the fact that he's a bishop and he's a father to many, spiritual father and biological father, irrespective of that fact, he is always willing, always ready to apologize when he is sorry. When he has done something he shouldn't do. And listen to me, there are some of you who are very professional in apologizing. So you apologize this minute and you repeat the error the next minute. You are not in the category I am praising you. You're not in the category of people I am celebrating today. I celebrate him because he has the ability to apologize when he has done something wrong. And he tries not to repeat that wrong. He tries not to repeat that particular error. So he's quick to say, I'm sorry. He's quick to say, I apologize. And when he does that, he does not reduce any element of his anointing. He does not reduce any element of his strength. It does not make him weaker. It does not make him inferior. It makes him powerful. All right. So the one who apologizes is the powerful one. Do you know why God loved David in the Bible a lot against Saul? Because David was always apologizing. So God said, this one is a man after my own heart. He was a man after God's heart because he was quick to apologize. Always quick to apologize. So today I want you to learn from it. David felt really good after he was able to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see this coming. And everything was okay. The meeting went well and there was no issue. So please, I want to encourage everyone out there. There may be more or worse mistakes than what I have described in the course of this video, but no matter what it is or no matter how it is, be quick to say I am sorry. Be willing to say I am sorry. Apologize even when you are not at fault. Apologize even when you are not the one that is wrong. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, I prefer this relationship to my ego. I prefer this friendship to my ego, because the one who is quick to apologize is the one who does not prefer his ego to his relationships or to his friendships. These are the few things I decided to share with you today on Checkpoint as regards what every son should know. I am really excited about how you have followed till this point. I'm grateful to all the people who have commented so far, all the people. I see your likes, I see your shares, I see your comments, and I'm really excited about that. Thank you for being there. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. I am excited about that. Please do well to keep watching, do well to keep sharing our videos, do well to keep inviting your friends to watch Checkpoint, because on Checkpoint we have a lot of edifying, empowering and enlightening content for you and for your family. So please keep watching Checkpoint and God bless you. So until I come your way again, keep making a positive, indelible mark in the lives of people and on the sands of time. I love you. Keep shooting.
Through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit and deep encounters with God, Bishop Okudili and Pastor Ifeoma Eze have written and published over 70 live transforming books. Succeeding in Marriage After the Wedding, Treasures in a Trash. All you need to succeed in marriage. Preparing for your season of demand. Building a marriage that will stand the test of time, and many more. If you're in Nigeria, you can get these at Zion Heritage and Miracle Ministries branches. For further inquiries, call 0809-178-7299 or 0805-716-1060. Remain lifted for life.